This is the reading for the sign of Capricorn, a very pragmatic sign. The main characteristics are the career and the status, and in this way the public image, because it's also the ruler of the 10th house. And if you will think of the house is like really the house we are building, this will be the exterior, what we want to show to the world. This is the house of fulfillment and social status. Here is where we see structures, corporation, tradition, ambition, public image and fame, discipline, achievements, recognition, rules and father figure. It is also associated with power and authority as well as the people who exert him. So it's the house of I achieve. People with this sign are normally hard workers, high achiever and responsible partners, both in private life and of course at home. The ruler of this sign is the planet Saturn, the one of boundaries, limitation, delays, responsibilities. And the cards associated, we have here the world for the Saturn and the devil for the Capricorn. If we think of the sign Capricorn as a very earthly sign, also talking about leadership and initiation, and with this desire to get a status, even if that sometimes success can come at a cost, the devil card is the one appropriated for this sign, because Capricorn is the only one that can beat the devil at the game of cards. They both understand that in the material world we talk about trials and temptation. And the devil as such is also an earthly creature rooted in the material world, associated with the pleasure and pain of physical existence. We see a lot of fire and of course the temptation, because in order to achieve, you need to resist to temptation, or you need to know how far your limits are, and even if you are willing to do whatever it takes to get the success, to know when to stop. The restrictions are also coming from Saturn, the planet that rules Capricorn, who is actually the cosmic teacher, and time is our best teacher. And if we think that he was the god of time, but also of agriculture, and on a special celebration in the Roman time in Saturnalia, there was no more social order. The slaves will not be treated as slaves anymore. That's an idea behind this, is that every hero is not entirely good or entirely bad. We are energy, we come back in energy, we just transform, and then we need to remember to make the best of our story. What doesn't kill us, and the devil kill us, that it just makes us stronger. So in a way, Saturn is a cosmic teacher who has the best interest of heart for his hero, for us. If we think of the structure of the story, we always have the beginning, the middle and the end. And in the same time, Saturn just has a return at every 30 years. So it's the beginning when we move from childhood to maturity, and then from maturity to the period of wisdom. I will do a reading for every decan of this sign. Then we will see what is the influence of the super-rulers. This is the reading for the last period of Capricorn. We still have Saturn as the ruler with the boundaries, but the super-ruler for this period is the Sun, and he is putting light on the material tendency of Capricorn to acquire money, power, influence. And then the card associated, it's the Four of Pentacles. This is a card of stability and security. It's also called the Lord of Earthly Power. He even looked like a Midas king, that everything he touches became gold. It's not a blessing, it's a curse, because even the loved ones are touched by him and then they become gold. So it's a warning to look for balance and proportion. We can also see these two coins, like he stands on them. This is where he finds he's grounded. We can see one on top of his head, like these are the ideas, and then what he does with the heart, because the fourth one, it's around his heart. 4 as such is the number of structure and order, but it's also important not to close yourself for new challenges, just focusing on what you have. If we see the card from before, he gets these coins from other people. If we see it as the emotional part, the physical part, the mental part, and this is the spiritual part. So he can also be on a spiritual quest as well. And he also look at the nature. He gets inspired from the nature. And the card after, I see it in the moment that he takes the pentacles and he becomes too stressed, that he loses his stability, he's not more grounded, then he's afraid that this will be the end. So there is maybe an element of fear in this card. And the question that you can think about are what is keeping you centered, what are your greatest strengths, how are you powerful, what gives you a sense of security, and also evaluate what do you really have, what do you still wish for, and what do you want to achieve because you feel that something is still missing. This is a card of showing that you hold on to your power, it's in your hands, and your security comes from within, because this is the heart. We maybe try to get loss of these material things because we are becoming more spiritual, but we are on this physicality, we are on this planet, and we can just enjoy the process of even acquiring material things, what we need in order to live in this physicality. And then by doing that, we become form. So this is also a wealth. It is card of wealth and success, but wealth can have different meanings. The Four of Pentacles is somebody who really stands up for what he believes in. And from other decks as well, we see here the Four of Pentacles, like somebody who really has a lot, and maybe even play with what he has. And that's also an advice not to go from one extreme to another. We see this in the Four of Earth, being too frivolous or too cautious with money. And you have to make good business decision and also give to those who are less fortunate. If we look at the Tarot of Wands, we have this card with all the acorns who are gathered on top of the tree, and now what? Or what it's the next step? Are you going to keep everything for yourself? Are you going to share with others? Are you afraid that someone is going to take them from you? You see here a rabbit. They are actually very smart, unpredictable, and it reminds you to lose your inner guidance in an environment when you don't feel sure. And of course you have a square here. These are very good in gathering their food before the winter comes, and they are very crafty, very creative in doing that. They even are clever enough to find places where to keep their provisions for the winter. And they are also a reminder not to take the life too serious, not to be too protective with what you have and forget to have fun. It makes me think of Chip and Dale. There was one sequence in which they collect acorns and then they try to push one more, and because of that everything was lost. They roll out of the tree. I don't know why it makes me think of that. The squirrel is often as a symbol for this Four of Pentacles. It's about an earned success and also the attachment that comes with it. You work very hard to become conscious of your attachment to material gain and possession. Don't be afraid to take some risk that help expand your soul and the lives of others around you. Then in the Sun and Moon Tarot, we have this as a symbol of power. We see here the four towers who are like clear boundaries, taking practical and concrete action to protect what you really need. Be aware of your personal value and worth. Again, from the White Sage Tarot, the advise not to identify yourself with a material possession and then get stuck in this way. And that's a little bit of fun from KALY Tarot. We have this Four of Coins. When you got to something that you really wanted, you find your stability, then also give yourself a present and enjoy. And then the Night Goddess Tarot, we have here a woman who keeps these Four Pentacles in a very relaxed way, with serenity. She's not worried about the world wanting to rob her of what she owns. So when we have wealth, it is good to celebrate, like we just said, and don't worry. What's the point of worry? Allow yourself to be grateful for the blessings and gifts. This is also a moment to look for what is your calling. Try to explore that. Now you have the financial stability, there is more to life. And from the Herb Crafter's Tarot, the card for the Four of Earth, it's the Willow. Be a wise steward of your resources. Be flexible yet sturdy. Strong roots help young sprouts grow. Weaving tools and an unfinished willow basket sit on a wooden table. A sturdy ancient grandmother willow tree stands tall nearby, her branches bend in the wind. A harvest of willow roots provides enough material for making many baskets. Conservation is key to sustainability. Take time to gather your resources respectfully and carefully. Tend them well. Create space to preserve what you have gained. As a border plant, willow protects a natural area and creates sanctuary in the underbrush for small animals. Young trees can be shaped and curved to fit a location. Making tools for today is medicine for tomorrow. Build a foundation for future harvest. A tea made from a willow branches is used as a rooting hormone that helps other plants grow. Give thanks to those who have given your life roots. Be as generous in sharing your gifts as your teachers have been with you. The name of Four of Pentacles, it's Lord of Earthly Power. It's about wealth, and it's not only material wealth. So that's why I thought that a card from the Heart and Soul Oracle deck, it's interesting for you. It's about love, life, and transformation. Wow. First, just enjoy this card. I wanted to say there are some pentacles and then they become hearts, and then from the hearts they become stars. Close your eyes and feel yourself embraced by angelic wings of light. Feel the light dissolve your fears, concern and doubts, and fill your heart with peace and joy. Everyone is self and all is well. There is no need for concern. That's a beautiful card for this Four of Pentacles, which is so much about security and stability. You have it. You have the sun shining in you, and you are in a position in your life where you can also enjoy. I hope this reading can assist you on your journey. Thank you for watching.